Welcome to Punk's Talk Wrestling! On this episode, I waste more time than necessary trying to come up with a clever way to say holy motherfucking shit to everything that's happened from WWE's Bad Blood, Monday Night Raw, and NXT. I am R.W. Hellborn, the PA Rock Prince, hailing quote-unquote from Philly! And I am one half of the Crown, which is one half of your Punk's Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Podcast Champion host of the world! I did that too faster than I thought! Now, then, and forever by my side, 3,500 miles away in London, England. He is my tag team podcast partner. He is the other half of the Crown, which is the other half of your Punk's Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Podcast Champion host of the world, Mr. Did You Know? Sir King of Reels, the proper prick, C.J. Newman!
Did you know that this past week, Monday Night Raw moved back to 2 hours for the first time since 2012. There are five wrestlers that are on this on Monday Night Raw this past week who were on the very last 2-hour episode in 2012. You have 1 minute to tell me who those five wrestlers are.
Oh, jeez.
Go.
Triple H.
No.
Jey Uso. Xavier Woods.
Yep, you got Jey Uso's one. Yep.
Jey Uso. Sheamus.
Yep. Nope.
Seth Rollins.
No.
CM Punk.
Yep.
Okay, that's two.
Two.
Not Xavier Woods. No, Kofi Kingston.
Nope. Yep, that's three.
Kofi Kingston. That's three. Not Sheamus. Miz.
Nope, not Sheamus. Yep, that's it. You got one more.
Natalia?
No, not Natalia.
Oh, sure.
20 seconds.
R-Truth.
Yep, that's it.
Hey! Yes. Oh, fuck.
What a
I hurt
glorious
myself.
moment. I think this is like the second time ever you actually got this.
I think, yeah. Twice in,
yeah.
Once a year I get it.
There you go. Yeah, we got Jey Uso, Kofi Kingston, CM Punk, The Miz, and R-Truth all on the very last 2-hour episode in 2012, and they were on the one in 2024 as well. 5 superstars.
But not Was Triple H not on Raw?
I guess on that episode maybe he wasn't.
Oh, okay. Maybe just might not.
Yeah, he might have been around. Like same with Sheamus, same with Natalia. Like all the people you mentioned, like were good shouts, but I guess they just weren't on that episode, or maybe they were on SmackDown. Like
right.
Maybe Sheamus might have been on SmackDown around that time period, maybe. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yay me.
There you go.
Congratulations to me, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not all that. I needed a good win today.
You need to pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, I got to pat myself.
A little clap.
I got to do it with my right hand because it was my.
Careful of that shoulder. Yeah, you don't want to.
Well, yeah, no, it was my left. Yeah, the worst part is that was my left. It was my left shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm left-handed.
Oh boy.
So, but fine. It's all right. It's all right. Banged up like CM Punk.
That's right.
Kind of went through hell.
Not banged up like Dominic Mysterio. That's a different banged up.
That's a totally different banged up.
Yeah.
Totally different.
I do love that when Rhea Ripley the other week announced that he would be put in a shark cage. He's like, I don't want to go back behind bars, man. I don't want to do it. It's fucking brilliant.
Man, it was everything about it. We'll get to that. Yeah, we're going to get to that. But everything about that was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. I mean, speaking of, unless there's anything else, might as well just roll right into it, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. And then this is where you edit things and make it work.
This is exactly it. Yeah.
How's about we talk about Hell in the Cell? No, not well. Yes,
nope.
But also Bad Blood.
Well, yeah. All right. Do it again. Let's do the intro again.
How's about we talk about Hell in the Cell? Fuck shit. God. Did it again. How's about
because all we can think about is that Hell in a Cell.
Is a Hell in a Cell match? Yeah. How's about we talk about Bad Blood 2024?
Yeah, let's start how we always start. Give us the deets.
I will once I'm really not prepped. Here we go. October 5th, 2024, this past weekend from Atlanta, Georgia at the State Farm Arena to 16,902 people. It's the fourth. Was that?
That's a very specific number, which makes me think that that's probably...
Yeah, Triple H announced it when he came out to announce the Crown Jewel bullshit.
Yeah, the Crown Jewel, the Crown Jewel information.
Yeah, yeah. We'll get to that.
Yes. Yeah, we will.
How about that?
Yes,
we'll get to that. See, he announced the attendance, 16,902 people. Special start time. What time did it start for you in the States?
Special start time 6 p.m. because of the UFC event.
That's right. Yeah. On. So we so they wouldn't clash. But and yeah,
I'm all for it.
Oh hell
Give me those early pay-per-views.
Same, dude. I didn't that night because we had plans the next day, and I didn't even know. But I literally could have watched that and gone to bed at 2 a.m., which isn't bad at all. So.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't have been terrible for you on a Saturday.
Yeah, but I watched the Hell in the Cell match live and then watched the rest the next day.
Dude, people don't want to. The same reason why 2-hour Raw makes sense, 3-hour SmackDown makes sense.
Yeah.
People don't want to be getting out of an arena at midnight and then spending 30 minutes getting out of the parking lot of that arena.
Exactly.
And then an hour or so home. They don't want to be getting home at 2:00 in the morning on a Monday night. Like, especially parents with kids. Like, so I think all of this is such smart, business for them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How about some on-screen personnel from you right there?
How about some on-screen personnel from me right now? Other on-screen personnel. Hosts, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi.
Yeah.
Which is cool because they didn't really have a match or anything going on, so it's great that they gave them roles to be on air and show everybody. Yeah,
hell yeah.
We had a lot. We'll talk about those spots, the party and everything, which is great. English commentators Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Spanish commentators Marcelo Rodriguez and Jerry Sato. We've got ring announcer Samantha Irvin, referees Jason Ayers, Sean Bennett, who doesn't have a Wikipedia page, Jessica Carr, Dan Engler, and Daphne LaShawn. Mm-hmm. Interviewed by Kathy Kelly and Jackie Redmond. Pre-show panel by Megan Morant and Sam Roberts with the pre-show correspondent Peter Rosenberg.
Hell fucking yeah. And then a super shout out to, they had a lot of WWE legends at ringside for the show.
Yes, they did.
Lillian Garcia.
And at the box. In the
box as well, yeah. We had Lillian Garcia,
party, yeah.
We had Mickey James, we had Booker T, Jacqueline, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and obviously I'm
cutting everything I've mentioned out of the episode. I'm just going to edit it out.
Let's get straight into this Hell in the Cell match, man. I mean,
starting it off. I mean, what a great way to start it off.
I mean, holy fuck. I mean, I think I've explained to you before in the UK we have a thing called a watershed, which is obviously, you're not allowed certain things on television before 9 p.m. And this was airing on television just after 6 p.m. in the United States. Like,
yeah, and you couldn't do this, and you couldn't do this at 6 p.m. in the UK.
Oh fuck no, hell fucking no, could you?
Hell in a Cell no.
Hell in a Cell no. Yeah, this
Hashtag Hell in a Cell now.
I like they hyped this match up to be bloody, right? They kept bringing it up in promos. I knew there would be blood. But
I was not
expecting that. That was brutality. That was of an ilk of a match that we have not seen in the WWE ring for honestly like 20 years. It was something else.
Yeah, I mean we have not seen Drew McIntyre was as close to, if not, I don't know if they got a full shot of it, but he had the full crimson mask.
Oh, he did, and like twice in the match. So I don't know if you know, but Drew McIntyre ended up having to have 16 staples in his head, not stitches.
Holy shit.
Staples. If you go onto his Instagram page, you'll find an image of it. I do warn you, it is fucking. If you're squeamish, do not go and look. But
I'm getting uncomfortable just talking about it.
Yeah, but there is
because I'm picturing it in my head.
Yeah, there's an image. It's right in his hairline. It 100% happened from the toolbox spot.
Oh, dude, that toolbox spot. Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely hit more on the edge than on the flat side.
Oh,
that
yeah,
might have been intended for.
Yeah.
But holy.
Yeah, it just went way fucking harder than I ever expected it to.
Yeah.
It really exceeded. I mean, I was so pumped for that match. I was well excited for it. Crazy cool. So Heather, my girlfriend, who is not at all into professional wrestling, but will time to time, like Adriana does, I'm sure, watches a match or spot or a segment or whatever. But we literally got into bed at like 11 p.m. and then I was like, oh shit, like Hell in a Cell is on right now. And I was like, do you want to watch it? It's like, yeah, fuck it. And so we actually watched it on the laptop in bed.
Right. Yeah. You told me you're going to watch the first match.
Yeah. And fuck, I mean, like even she was like, this is insane. Like it was gruesome. It was brutal. It was like, I couldn't quite believe what I was seeing at times with the fact that it just kept going, and it was
dude. And the bag that, of course, everyone thought there was going to be thumbtacks.
Yeah,
but
obviously,
replacing the thumbtacks with the charm bracelet.
Oh, that was such a great touch, right?
Such a smart touch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna talk about it later, or we'll talk about it when we get to Raw. But I'm gonna I got something else, some other bit of genius that I want to talk about on Raw, so we'll get there.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, this was, and not only that, like this match. So there's that website, cagematch.com, whatever.
Yes, there is. Shout out to cagematch.com.
But they I had the number up earlier. I've lost it now, but it has been rated the best match because obviously fans can go on there and rate the matches. I think it's got like a 9.3 out of 10, and it's the best rating of a match this year so far in any company.
Yeah.
And the 22nd best match in WWE history according to fans on Cage Match. So that is
I believe that. I can honestly believe that.
It's up there. It's a fucking fantastic match. It over-delivered in everything, and I think at this point, if a lot of people were calling him like I don't know, fickle Phil or fragile Phil, that's what they were saying, fragile Phil. If you're saying that about CM Punk, if you're saying that about CM Punk at this point, I don't think you can.
Just unfollow. Stop listening now and unfollow us.
That guy more than that match right there. That was his. That was his. You know what? And it's quite fitting actually. It happened in a Hell in a Cell match. For a lot of people, were not too sure about Cody Rhodes until he had that match with the torn pectoral muscle in the Hell in a Cell. A lot of people bought into the Cody Rhodes at that point. And I think CM Punk just pulled the same thing on Saturday as well. 31 minutes, 25 seconds. Definitely one of my favorite matches of this year so far. I mean, I think it would be good.
Yeah, longest match of the night.
Oh, by far. I mean, well, not by far. Maybe the main event was close. But yeah, I mean, fucking long match and deserved every minute of it. Great fucking match. Moving on. We have Nia Jax versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship in what I believe was Nia Jax's best match ever.
I would also agree.
I thought it was great.
I think she has hands down. I don't think there's anybody that can say
no. And I haven't really heard anyone.
She has not improved. Yeah, like that. She has not improved. You know, she's gotten a lot of slack over time for things. Maybe some of it was warranted. Maybe some of it was, you know, goes a little too far.
Yeah.
You know, wrestling fans are the way they are. We know this.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I'm happy to see that she definitely has improved on her return. You know,
I really enjoyed this match. It kept my attention, and if you look at just about barely, but this match got longer than the Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Damian Priest Finn Balor match. Like, it was third longest of the night. So
I love the continuation of the storyline of Tiffany Stratton.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
Cashing in at one point. We're getting closer and closer, inching. But I think it's gonna be a little while still. I think we're gonna see.
Yeah, it will be a little while, but it's great. It's like it's you keep teasing the thing. It's kind of like Damian Priest. They kept teasing Damian Priest cash in, but this is a bit different. Obviously, like we've never had it before. I don't think where the Money in the Bank holder is friends with the champion that they're going to cash in on. So it's a strange dynamic. So yeah, very cool. And
because when Damian had the briefcase, no one else. They had tag titles. They only had tag titles.
Yeah, the champion was either Roman or Seth. So
right.
Yeah, I mean, there's this never had this dynamic before, so it's really good.
I love it. I loved it. We're expecting it to go the way we're expecting it to go.
Yeah, and I'm sure
that's
it will. But
that's not going to diminish it.
No, there's nothing wrong with teasing it at all.
Because this is the waiting for the perfect time, waiting for the perfect moment.
Exactly. Yeah.
And there's a bunch of stuff that could happen. I mean, Survivor Series is here. What happens if we get some sort of women's War Games match and Tiffany Stratton is in the middle of a War Games match and pins Nia or something?
Totally,
there's who knows? There's so many things that could happen.
Exactly. So moving on, we got Damian Priest versus Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Grudge match, 12 minutes 45. Fun match, although I think I'm not saying it was bad by any stretch. I just think maybe I expected a little more from it. It was okay. It was fine. It was completely fine. But
I think this match was the, not to say this in a bad way, but the least important of the 5 matches.
Yeah. And I do think that obviously I think this rivalry will continue, and I think that they'll have more matches, going forward.
I could definitely see this becoming another blood feud the way CM Punk and Drew McIntyre was. Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Finn's not going to just lie down after losing. Like,
yeah, and we could see, I think with something like this that's more personal, you could definitely see we've never had the Demon Finn Balor as a heel, so that's always a potential as well. You could have a heel version of the Demon. So
also just because this is the first time I took notice of it.
Sure.
Finn in his entrance, it's FXXX. Was on the screen. Has he been using that for a while already, or was that something new?
Well, it's because
I knew he was doing when he did his last NXT run, he was doing that little thing where slowly the letters were being replaced by X's, and that was everybody was thinking, oh, when they're all replaced by X's, is it going to be the Demon Finn Balor return or something? Like,
I'm not too sure because like there's definitely, I'll have to look back on it because I know that he used to just X out a different letter, and I think I mean, as far as I know, this is the most X's he's X'd out, the most letters he's X'd out. So I don't know if there's a meaning to it or anything. Nothing's ever been confirmed about that, but I still think it's quite a cool little like Easter egg.
And the beautiful thing about WWE and the way they do some of these little things is there might not be any. They might not have any idea.
Yeah.
They might just be like, "Hey, you know what? Just put an X over one of your letters when you come out. We're putting an X. We're just gonna do something that makes people wonder."
Yeah.
And then we'll play it out for as long as we want. Let it go, drop it, bring it back, and then when we figure out what we can make it mean, we'll do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
That's the kind of stuff that I love about. I mean, this is how it's very D&D campaign like when you have these just open. I don't know what we're doing. This thing didn't expect this. This might just be a random encounter that happens, and now all of a sudden it deviates the whole story down the line because of something random thing that happened, or like we've brought up several times in past podcasts, little things that could have been an interaction that was just a mundane interaction that didn't mean anything at the time, but then later could mean something.
And I think especially that thing, that kind of nuance there is definitely something that seeped outwards from the Bloodline storyline, because Paul Heyman has said himself that he has said specifically that every little thing they do in that storyline is thought about and is harked back to at a later date. And I feel like that's now seeping out across the roster and into other storylines too. And they've definitely done that with the breakup of the Judgment Day. There's certainly small little things that are now being spoken about, or if it rewards a fan, and that's great, because if you're I always see wrestling as more of a drama than it is a sport. And I think if you're a fan of a TV drama or a TV show that that you watch episodically, you're rewarded if you take notice, and you're like, well, shit, I remember seeing that in episode whatever, and like, so it's taking from that, and I think it definitely helps.
Anyway, let's move on from that.
Up next, we had Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. With obviously Dirty Dominic Mysterio up in the shark cage.
Yeah.
Which I was thinking
ringside.
Well, yeah, because I was thinking to myself, and obviously the reason they did that is because they had to sell.
Well, yes.
And I was thinking, before the event happened, I was thinking, oh shit, how are they going to suspend it above the ring if there's a cell there? But there you go, they just put it in the aisleway instead.
Right. Which again, a reason for them to think outside the box of, well, now we've got the cage in the ringside area above the ramp.
Yeah.
What else can we do? What else new can we do?
Yeah.
In this environment, and they sure did. They sure did something that we've never seen before.
Holy shit! That my heart went into my mouth. I thought something was going terribly wrong, and I thought he was about to really badly get injured.
I did not. I really did not expect that. I thought maybe he was gonna try to climb down.
I thought he was gonna hang off with his arms and then drop down to the floor or something.
Kind of fall.
But holy shit!
Even that would have been a 10-foot.
Even drop. That's a high drop. But yeah, holy fuck, and he committed to that. He just slung himself out. Props to Dominic, because that is a scary fucking thing to do. So,
but now we know, it was. Yeah, I don't know how they pulled. Obviously, the whole time he was sitting, him being afraid of heights was the perfect foil. Was the perfect thing to have him be sitting on the ground. Yeah. So you can't see what he's doing in the cage.
Yeah,
so you can't see him attaching the harness through his leg and up.
Yeah, well, I will say as well though, when he came out with Liv and they were putting him in the cage, there was quite a good chunk of time there where they didn't have the cameras on him. So yes. I'm sure in that time as well, they had someone there to rig everything and make sure it was safe. because obviously I'm sure Dominic can sort it himself, but you also need, I'm sure you need a professional for insurance purposes to make sure that everything is secure. But and it was a great spot when Rhea goes out to him, and then she comes to the ring, and they had the referee cam again.
I know.
And she goes up to him.
Yeah, we're just going to keep calling it the referee.
Yeah, fuck it. It's the referee. And then he goes up to the referee, and she's like, there's some unfinished business.
A minute.
There's unfinished business that I need to take care of. And he's like, and the referee literally goes, I don't blame you.
Yeah, and oh man, and
I love it. It's like everybody hates Dominic Mysterio. Everybody hates him. And then moving on to the main event, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus the Bloodline. So that's Cole and Jacob Fatu in a tag team match. Great fucking match. Loved the shit out of it. Entrances were... All right, before I get onto this, actually, one thing I would like to say. This Bad Blood pay-per-view, PLE, now, it is, for all intents and purposes, a B-tier PLE. It is not one of the big five. It's not a Mania, Rumble, SummerSlam, whatever. It's just a fucking monthly PLE, just like we've had for years gone by. And I'm so used to and conditioned to, they're okay. Matches are decent. But, we're not putting all our eggs in one basket. Those days are fucking gone. I feel like every single fucking PLE for the last 2 years has been so fucking good. And this Bad Blood felt like a fucking WrestleMania.
Way more than expected on all counts. Yeah.
It went harder than it should have done. Like it's
and figuring out what happened on Raw too. Like it felt very much like the Raw after Bad Blood felt like the Raw after SummerSlam. Like,
it felt like a big event, and like the main event of the PLE and the first match alone, like those are like top tier, like those are kind of matches that you reserve for SummerSlam and WrestleMania. And it's crazy that we got those at this PLE, and not only that, with obviously what came at the end of the match too.
Yeah, but here's what I don't want. Here's what I don't want. I don't want Bad Blood to become a yearly October pay-per-view when then we all know, oh, well, in October we're going to get another Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I like that they have the ability to be fluid, PLE fluid.
And I think they are like
with those events, they can put them in the places where they make sense.
Yeah, but this Bad Blood made sense. Like, and it's kind of, if you think about it, it harks back to the days in the 90s when you used to have the In Your House shows, because then you'd have In Your House Rock Bottom, In Your House.
Well, this one, Bad Blood was originally the first Bad Blood was In Your House. It was
In Your House, yes, but it was named after kind of what was going on at the time.
Which Digibonus? Here's a Digibonus.
What's that?
The pyro. Remember when there was the pyro around the ring around the?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was Kane. That was the nod to Kane being his. In Your House Bad Blood was Kane's debut at the Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, exactly.
So all that pyro, because there was no other reason for pyro other than that.
No, exactly.
And I don't even know if that's real or not. I made that up, but I'm
fuck
gonna
it.
say
Why the fuck not?
I'm planting that flag, saying that is what it's for, because I know. I know this is because I know So and Triple H knows.
Right now, I just would like to, if it's possible, to throw back, rewind to last week's episode, where a certain RW Hellborn might have said, "The Rock's not showing up in Atlanta."
Oh yeah, but that's because. But did you notice that The Rock only mentioned that he was going to Atlanta after I said he wasn't going to show up?
Okay,
that was a direct attempt at the final boss to make me look bad, and I won't stand for it. I can't talk about it, but there will be retribution.
Retribution. That's a good.
There'll be
You should make a faction called Retribution.
But it'll be like Retribution. It'll have like 4 R's at the beginning and 6 N's at the end.
Yeah. Because that's necessary.
We know we haven't mentioned it because of the NBCDNDA issues. But you know what? Fuck it. They've already been broken. We know Triple H has been bugging our lines since the beginning of this pay-per-view.
Yeah, since the beginning of the pay-per-view. Day one, yeah.
Yeah. He called up Rock, and he's like, listen, Rock, I know you're busy. Can you, like... And he literally said, minutes. All I need is for you to show up and make RW Hellborn look like a fool.
Maybe I know, who knows? Maybe I'm working with him because, you know, everything I predicted so far on the lead up to Survivor Series has happened just how I said it would. Just saying.
Yes, except I was correct in the most important thing, and that was that Jimmy Uso returned.
Jimmy Uso did return. No yeet.
That is... I don't even know if there's no yeet on it. Like, I don't even know if there isn't a no yeet on him anymore because you notice his shirt says "They Not the Ones."
They Not the Ones. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Great.
Yeah, fucking great. It was good to see Jimmy, and like he got a hell of a pop.
Dude, that pop. I'll tell you what. I believe that pop was bigger than The Rock's pop.
You reckon?
Jimmy, yes, because it didn't have the background music. It didn't have his entrance theme to cue it. And because I think they boosted the response to The Rock again in you know, to try to make me look bad. I think it's all a conspiracy.
It's all a conspiracy to make you look bad.
I'm going to call Sami Zayn. I need conspiracy Sami Zayn to help me with this because things are getting deep, man. Things are getting deep.
But yeah, The Rock's back, and then obviously now we've got Jimmy with Roman. We got The Rock with who we don't know, but we have seen video of Solo telling Jacob in the crowd, like, it's all part of the plan. Don't worry, it's all part of the plan.
Shout out to that specific fan, whoever they were, for being just at the right place at the very right moment to perfectly get the 5 seconds of clip where he said that.
Who knows what we're leading to now? You know, will Jay get involved? Will Sammy get involved? Who the fuck knows?
Also, motherfucker. No, you know what? I'm not even done yet. You know what, man? Rock. I've been defending The Rock. I've been defending the People's Championship title. You could find it online that I have been adamantly defending the People's Championship as a legitimate championship, and he comes and does this dirty to me. I hope you're happy, Rock. I hope you're happy. Okay, all right. Now I'm
sure he is happy.
He probably is.
Yeah, he's pretty very happy.
He probably doesn't even. It probably has nothing to do with me at all, and I'm just making this up.
No, it can't.
No, it can't be. No. Thank you, CJ Newman.
No,
thank you for at least you're on my side.
I'm on your side. Of course I am. And that'll be the end of the PLE. Obviously, another viral video from a fan went viral, and that was Cody and Kevin Owens having a little chat out in the parking lot next to Cody's tour bus, and Kevin Owens turns heel, it seems. He attacks Cody Rhodes. And what's fucking great about all of this, they obviously, we'll get to Raw now, I guess, but during Raw, obviously Wade Barrett goes to talk about it. He gets cut off, and I'm so sorry, but I can't remember the new commentator's name just yet.
Joe Tess!
Joe
Tessitore!
Yeah.
Wade calls him Joe Tess.
Yeah, and then obviously they say that Triple H has released like a statement saying that the issue is being addressed and it would be handled internally, and I quite like it. It's almost like this is like a work-based conflict where it's like almost like they're treating it like it's been a fight backstage that's like very real, and that
this is an altercation that did not happen during a sanctioned bout of violence.
Yeah.
By the way, and I want to again, this is a shout out to the Punk Talk Wrestling threads. I want to take a moment to appreciate I told you I was going to talk about the brilliance of Joe Tessitore.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught it, and I don't know if our listeners caught it. But I think it was either the first or the second commercial break. I don't remember which one. When he went to the break and he said, when we come back to something about coming back to Monday Night Ride.
Did he?
Yeah, he said he was at Monday Night Ride. and it sounded like, and then he like made the noise, like almost like, oh shit, I fucked up, but like we got to go to commercial, so like, and then when he comes back, and then when they come back on the air, he comes up and he's like, and we're back at the Monday Night Raw, like pronouncing it particular, like making
like
sure you know
really
that he made a mistake,
it.
and then directly rolls into the, speaking of ride. Now available from Mattel, the new Lucha Lowrider.
Oh, that's
toy.
brilliant! Very good. I did not catch that at all.
So I just that bit of work was just so brilliant, and I want to shout out Joe Test for that.
And you
Follow
know what?
At Joe Test.
He's been on Raw now like 3-4 weeks now, and he's definitely slowly grown on me. I mean, obviously, like on his first night, it's unfair to be unkeen on him, but I think the best thing with him as well is like where I feel like the thing that he's learned very quickly is like the cadence of which you carry yourself as a commentator for professional wrestling is very different to sport. He's called like MMA and boxing in the past, and it's very different. And like you kind of have to get excited when the fans get excited, because I found in his first week when the crowd were popping, he was just kind of like keeping that monotone kind of commentary where it's like, nah, like in here, like you get to be a fan if you are on commentary kind of thing.
I think that, yeah. And I think they kind of let him know, like, you can open up a little bit, man.
You can be yourself a little more. Yeah.
Unbutton the top button, man. And and there's room to breathe. There's room to expand. You don't have to.
Especially being a commentator in Triple H's era, you haven't got a Vince McMahon yelling down your ear, telling you exactly what to say. Now it's like it's a lot more. I mean, look at Michael Cole. Michael Cole has flourished in the absence of Vince McMahon. Like, I think everyone's now realizing how good of a damn commentator he is now that he's getting to be fully himself and really just enjoy himself say what he wants.
I could listen to Michael Cole forever.
Yeah, he's fucking great.
Like,
I think he's the best.
I would love.
I think he's the best wrestling commentator of all time. I would 100% say that.
Oh yeah, I'll go out and say
yeah.
Michael Cole, #1 commentator of all time in professional wrestling, hands down. There is no but the space between Michael Cole and everyone else is larger than the space between #2 and the bottom. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You know, he is just, and that's a hill that I will die on.
Yeah.
Next to the hill that the People's Championship is a legitimate championship.
There's so many things to back that, and like I find with a lot of other commentators, I would say, I mean, he's my favorite. He's the best play-by-play commentator of all time. I think. Yeah. Color is a very different bracket, so
yeah. Let's at least hold on, back up, rage baiters. You know, back up. We'll give you at least the best
play-by-play. Yeah,
best play-by-play.
Yeah. Because I do find that even other play-by-plays and other colors, like I enjoy them, but there's certain little things about them that I'm just like that kind of annoys me. But with Michael Cole, like. He holds my hand through the show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's just like he's there with me the whole time, and he's so professional, and he's just so like he kind of thinks what you're thinking, and he makes really good quips and jokes. And he's like watching wrestling with your dad. That's what it's like. He's like watching wrestling with your dad. That's what it's like.
Yes, which is which is what everybody wants.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what there's a lot of I watch wrestling with my dad. I got into wrestling I started watching wrestling with my grandfather.
Right, yeah.
Too. Like, we've talked about that before, my grandfather was one of the ones who was the most adamant that they need 2 referees. They need a referee outside the ring to stopping these guys from cheating.
Perspective is great.
He was old school. It was real it was never not real to him.
Yeah.
He went, so
moving on to Raw, I guess.
Do we want to house about it, or do we? No, you know what? We need a different type of intro. I'll use a different track. We have so many demo tracks that still are unused. I started using the one for our Patreon. Shout out to ourselves at Patreon, patreon.com/punkstalkwrestling, and any of our listeners who have checked out any of the extra bits and bobs that we put up on there. Yeah, all you got to do is subscribe. You don't even have to give us any money. Just become a free patron, and it will unlock most of, if not all of, the stuff that's out there now. All right, so we're into Raw now. Let's
first 2 hour Raw since 2012, which is crazy.
That was, but like I said, it makes more sense. It makes sense to have Raw. It's a Monday night. Get them home early, so they can because you're wiping them out with the shit you're putting on Raw. Like, holy shit! I need like a pack of cigarettes after all that.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I
started
crazy.
Smoking after Bad Blood, and now
I find it crazy that, like, for a long period of time, obviously under Vince McMahon's watch in the latter years of his career, 3 hour Raws, even for me, were at times fucking exhausting. They would drag. In the last couple
I never got to even get that because I was still on the fuck Hulu. By the way, I officially canceled my Hulu subscription.
Fuck yeah, fuck Hulu indeed.
So we can totally say fuck them.
But but in the last couple of years, man, especially this year alone, like 3 hour Raws have felt like a breeze every week. Like, it hasn't felt long at all. Like, it's so action packed that this week on a 2 hour Raw, I'm gonna get used to it. They'll get used to it. It was jarring in a way. It was so, just a lot happened in the space of 2 hours, and I love that. I do love that. Because you go back to the days of the Attitude Era when Raw was always 2 hours, and it was just action packed from start to finish.
Yeah, talk about packing in the action for these 2 hours. First of all, let's just real quick. We know we started the show with Sexy Red welcoming the crowd to the show. Sexy Red all over WWE this week. She was
once again
NXT. Also, just an FYI, if you're not a fan of Sexy Red or her work, it doesn't mean that she's garbage. It doesn't mean that she's trash, and it doesn't mean that WWE is stupid for having her. It's not for you, man. It's not for you, and it's okay.
I don't know who the fuck she is, and I don't know about any of her music. But you know what she is? She's a professional wrestling fan, and that's all right by me.
Yeah, she's a professional wrestling fan, and she's getting more eyes on professional wrestling than the dudes online complaining about Sexy Red.
That's right.
Being involved with wrestling. So who's helping the business, and who's just being a little bitch?
Exactly. I think the advert for SummerSlam next year is got Cardi B in it with Bianca Belair, and I'm like, I don't know a damn thing about Cardi B, but I know that she's a fucking megastar, and it's just going to give more eyes to professional wrestling at the end of the day. So who gives a fuck? Like, surely you want more people to enjoy this thing that you enjoy.
I mean, that's, we don't dive into it. We try not to, we steer as much away from the negativity as we can. But it's just like, that's one of those things because so much has happened and so much talked about, you can't avoid it. You can't avoid, seeing it. And since we're the ones with the microphones and it's our podcast, we could say whatever the fuck we want.
I'll tell you one thing I fucking loved about this Raw, and the fact that obviously it was cramming a lot into 2 hours. This is how perfect it was. We have Sexy Star announce, which she announces CM Punk comes out. CM Punk does a promo. After his promo, he passes by Seth Rollins to obviously, we know the tension between those two. Seth Rollins comes out, does a promo. Says Bronson Reed isn't there. Jey Uso comes out. They have a little stare down. Jey Uso has his match. And then you've got the conflict with the New Day, which is obviously involved within that match. And then Braun Breaker comes out, and then he attacks Jey Uso. So you had about 5 or 6 different storylines all wrapped up essentially into what was one seamless segment.
DJs wish they could fade tracks as good as this.
As good as Triple H does, yeah.
As Triple H, yeah.
Yeah.
DJ HHH.
DJ
out there
in the house.
DJ Levesque, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Get him.
Oh, by the way, I can't remember.
Can you imagine Triple H DJing like
well, I
Shaquille
can't
O'Neal?
remember if it was Bad Blood or if it was Raw. I'm pretty sure it was Bad Blood. At the start of the show, there was a camera at Triple H's desk.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Like
he was
in gorilla
taking notes.
position. Yeah, I love that. That's a cool
and then
camera.
But that was while they were talking about the important announcement that he was going to
Oh, we totally skipped that by, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. You wanted to, I mean, you know what? Let's leave that for the discussion after the event.
Cool.
Because we're going to review Crown Jewel. Joyle. Crown Jewel. We're going to review it. We're going to watch it. We're going to review it.
Yeah.
Because it's part of our job.
We'll get to that. But
there's one match. I mean, there's one match that will be skipped, but
if it actually happens. But
God.
that was a great. We had the 10 women tag match. We had Sammy and Gunther, which have amazing chemistry. They never cease to amaze me with the things they can do in a ring together. Just a fucking jet, and I'm loving the slow burn of Xavier Woods, man. It's fucking great. Like,
it's
gonna snap eventually.
There's literally only, this is, I don't know how to go. I don't know where to go here, but there is literally only one person that's going to be able to save the New Day now, and that's Big E.
Exactly.
Like,
he has to. I mean, come on, like he has to be involved at some point down the line.
I don't. They're holding out for something. Again, this is a real slow burn. Woods is going through shit, man. I get it, man. Of course, the frustration can really eat at you, man.
He's the only guy out of the three of the New Day that has never won a single championship.
Never won a singles championship.
Yeah. And both
Big E and Kofi have been IC champion and heavyweight champion.
Yeah, exactly.
And Big E was NXT champion, and
Kofi
I think was also US champion.
Kofi's done it all really for championships. So and Big E I think has been every champion as well.
Get it. So, I get it. I feel bad, and I do. I feel bad for Woods.
Yeah.
But man, He's lost the power of positivity, man.
He's lost it. But that's where I feel like what happened. Big E will come and remind Xavier Woods of his roots, and I feel like what we'll have is like a bit of a renaissance of the New Day, and they'll kind of come out maybe in some old gear and all that stuff, and that's when the turn will happen, because it will be it will be when it hurts the most. That's when you need to do it. That's when you hurt the crowd the most. That's the best time to pull the heel turn for Woods.
Yeah. And I know and we know it's gonna get a little worse before it gets better.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
But man, it's but I'm here for it. I'm here for the ride.
I'm ready to cry. I'm ready to shed some tears. I'm ready to do it.
We saw, I think right before this was when we saw All Ego. Ethan Page showed up on Raw.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Because of CM Punk supposedly costing him the NXT title. But good to see him there.
Ethan Page is so main roster, man. That gimmick is like, it's got main roster written all over it. Just get him the fuck on the main roster. I mean, honestly, I think that's their plan anyway. That's why they gave him the NXT Championship so quickly. It's just like, cool.
They needed super spotlight. I mean, we talked about it before, we talked about it last week, but having that match on the debut on the CW.
Yeah, with
NXT,
Punk in the main event, like you're up there on like big arena, mega star next to you in the ring. It's
and
like,
we'll get to NXT after this. There's still a lot more to unpack on Raw.
Yeah,
we got the Karrion Kross, Miz, and R-Truth still unsure of what is actually going on segment.
Yeah, you had to remind Miz that he wasn't in the Judgment Day anymore.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
Amazing. Sheamus versus Butch
the
Pete Dunne.
Donnybrook match. Yeah.
Old fashioned Donnybrook match.
Yeah.
Not just a Donnybrook match, an
That
old fashioned
fucking white noise off the barrels, man. Holy fuck.
Dude.
Jesus Christ, man. Props to Sheamus. Like he ain't no spring chicken neither. So
props to Pete Dunne too. But
yeah,
I love and
it.
I've got you can't see it. And I'm also making it up because it's not true. I've got my Bruiserweight Pete Dunne shirt on. No, I don't actually have it on. It's over there in the corner. I have my WrestleMania 35 Raglan tee.
I got my WrestleMania 40 hoodie on right now.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
But I do have a Pete Dunne shirt that actually I got the shirt for Bradley, and then he gave me back a bunch of wrestling shirts because he's running out of space and didn't want all of them.
Sweet, you gained a bruiser.
So if anybody, any listeners of the pod, you want a random medium wrestling shirt, message us on Instagram. Hit me up and I'll send you a medium wrestling shirt.
At random.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I'll throw in a random Marvel t-shirt too.
And a business card.
Yeah, and a business card.
Yeah.
And maybe a Riverside Odd CD. What did we have there? This is the only this is the only part that made the 2-hour Raw seem, it's 2 hours and now you've got to cram a 10-woman tag match.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah, it was
I'm
a bit. Yeah, that felt very. How long was the match? Yeah, I mean, there's no way.
I don't know, but it wasn't long enough.
It wasn't long, that's the problem, and that felt very. That felt very Raw from 2011. You know what I mean?
I would have rather it been a 6-woman tag with the others like coming in to interfere and building up to it.
I would rather
than just throwing.
I would rather one decent singles women's match and then maybe a women's like a segment, like a talking segment in the ring.
They had now again, but here's maybe this, and maybe it's me. Maybe I'm sure other people have had the same criticism. But let's look at it. Let's find the silver lining, because if you watch, I mean, I watched the match. It was still, everyone looked great.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Everyone hit spots. There was the good thing about multi-people matches like that is that you get the fun chain of
the fast pace,
the chain of spots, and everyone. It considering they had limited time, I get it's better to see more of the roster than less.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that how we're gonna spin it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Look, 10 women got on television, regardless. But I think I'll make a better judgment next week, because I feel like coming off of a PLE, you're trying to like parcel up like all the storylines from there. So I feel like, and obviously there were a lot of big matches announced for that Raw as well. So let's see next week. If it's done a little better, since obviously we're not coming out of a PLE, so maybe we can work it in a little bit. And of course, it's the first 2-week Raw that Triple H has ever had to do. I'm sure you've got a completely different roster, and obviously, as you know, when they do the brand splits, normally Raw gets more people than SmackDown because of its extra hour. So now they've got an inflated roster for a shorter show. So they need to figure that out. Well, then we may see people get drafted. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But that's the thing. We don't know obviously Triple H was asked in the press conference after Bad Blood how long Raw will go when it moves to Netflix, and he was like, I don't even know that yet. So it's just like, I think he's like that. All that stuff's getting figured out. So I guess we'll just run with how it is for the next 3 months, and then in January, I'm sure. We'll get to January. Netflix, we'll head to Netflix, and then we'll see. I'm sure there'll be a draft soon after that. I reckon maybe we'll see.
All right. Well, here we are. Main event. Nothing else of real import happened backstage, I don't think.
Yeah, main event was great. as always, between these two. So I don't know where we see Sami Zayn going from here. Where do you think?
Not to Crown Jewel to face Cody Rhodes.
Well, that's right. Yeah. I guess this.
Where he's gonna go is he's gonna come to the Punk Talk Wrestling HQ, and he's gonna help me deal with this with this issue that I have, and this controversy. What's the word that I'm looking for?
Well,
that's gonna get cut out in post.
Well, he will be. I mean, this basically opens him up now to get involved with the Bloodline storyline if needs be. So you never know.
How long will it take me to think of the word?
I don't know. I'm trying to give you time, but clearly not enough.
Sami Zayn, the conspiracy.
Yeah, that's what you just said, wasn't it?
Did I?
Yeah, you just said conspiracy.
Oh. Damn, I thought I said something different, and then
I
brain farted myself.
Did you also hit your head when you hit the shoulder?
I probably did. Yeah, it's quite likely. It's quite likely that I might have some serious injuries.
And then moving on to NXT, which I have not seen, but I've seen little bits and pieces of. I've definitely seen Whoop That Trick Yeet, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was. Just having more star power. There's a lot. The NXT. I mean, what the what we had a 6-woman tag: Kelani Jordan, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill versus Fatal Influence. The shot of Trick, Jay, and the three of them all with all the bunch of titles in the ring. That was a cool. That was a real cool moment, and another nice slide in where like they came out and did their thing while they were still in the ring, and it was just like okay. All great matches. Like Kelani Jordan, she's doing fantastic. I mean, of course, that's why they gave her the North American Championship.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome, additional star power with Bianca and Jade makes everybody happy. The North American Championship, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, we've got a debut. I guess we've got a debut of Stephanie Vaquer on NXT. Vaquez?
Yeah, I think it's Vaquez. I'm not too sure, but hey.
I can't. Anyone know how to properly pronounce it? For us? I'm not familiar with her or her work, but I see a picture of her holding multiple titles and a trophy. So she's obviously done a lot.
Yeah, she's a big deal from the indies. I'm not entirely sure of the companies that she's been with, but she's a pretty big deal.
I'm going to do some research.
Yeah. We had Tony D'Angelo winning the North American Championship. I did see.
Dude, that match. Go and watch that.
Yeah,
I need
to watch that. But yeah, obviously he's. So as of a few days ago, Obafemi he's now the longest reigning North American champion ever, and obviously the record got beat, and then he lost the title.
And I said that again. You can check the transcripts on Threads. Yeah. There was WWE made this big post about Obafemi being the longest reigning North American championship, and my comment was that's exactly what I'd expect you to say when he's going to drop it.
Yeah, when you lead into the stats, something's about to happen. Yeah.
But hey, I mean, but that's good because he should be in the main. He should be NXT. He's going towards NXT champion. I don't want him to come up to the main roster yet. I think he is so NXT.
Yeah,
he's one of those guys that I want to see more. He needs to be NXT champion.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
But I 100% expect to see him as a entrant in the Royal Rumble this year.
Yeah. And we had Javon Evans. Oh my God.
Well, we had the tag match for NXT tag match. Yeah, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller lost to Nathan Frazier and Axiom. They retained their match, retained their titles. It was all right. Booker T was door dashing on his phone during the match. That is supposedly. But yeah, it was good match overall. But I think that was more. It was more Austin and Grayson popping over from SmackDown to just give the NXT Tag Champs another tag team to wrestle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The main event.
The Javon Evans versus Randy Orton. Which I think there was meant to be a big RKO spot here, but it kind of got.
It didn't get. Don't use the B word.
Yeah, I didn't.
Don't use the B word.
Didn't do it. Didn't do it.
Let's address the internet whining community on this one as well.
Yeah.
This would have been potentially the most difficult RKO to line up.
Yeah.
And it is fine that it didn't work.
Yeah.
It's okay. And it was great. It was great the way they fixed it. Randy, as the professional, like he kind of slid out of the way, and then picked him up and RKO'd him again. And even Javon, you could see Javon was shook.
Yeah, well, that's what I've seen.
Like straight up apologized. Like, you could hear him saying, "I'm sorry."
That's what I've seen. He stands up, he apologizes, and then Randy Orton kind of mouths to him, "Don't worry, you're the fucking man," basically.
Yeah. So, like this is.
It happened.
I am sure he had the biggest panic of his entire life, thinking
missing that.
Missing that. So anybody that's criticizing him, fuck you, shut up, stop listening to this podcast, unfollow us, unfriend me. I don't need that kind of negativity.
Yeah, fuck those people. Kid, who gives a fuck? This kid's Javon Evans is so fucking. He's so young. He's so damn good. He's so slick on the mic. He feels so genuine and realistic on the microphone. And props to Randy Orton. Like, 15 years ago, Randy Orton's. This wouldn't have been how it would have gone.
15 years ago, Randy Orton
would have been pissed off.
Stupid.
Yeah, exactly. But
Randy Orton's
to pick him up
changed.
off the mat and be like, "It's all right, you're the man," like, and raise his arm. Like, it reminded me of when the Undertaker faced Jeff Hardy in that ladder match.
Dude, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah, very similar.
Jeff Hardy was already over. They'd been over his tag.
Oh, big time.
But it had that same.
It had that vibe.
That's it, man. We got to. You know what we didn't do? We didn't rate
Bad Blood a rating.
Blood.
Yeah.
Dude.
Fuck me.
You want me? I'll tell you right now. I'm going with 19.
Yeah, I was gonna go 19 as well. I fucking love this show. I had so much fun. Yeah.
If we did fractions, if we did half of number, that's the reason why we do ratings system of 20 is because we don't do halves. We don't do anything half.
Yeah, no.
We do everything
double. We do up in here.
Nothing half. We do everything double.
But yeah, I fucking love the show. I had so much fun watching it. It's a straight up 19. Yeah. Only like barely anything in this show really made it lose that point. But there are better shows out there. But it was a fucking great one. That's for sure.
The thing that people wanted to complain about with that too, with the Rhea Ripley match.
Yeah.
That has no effect on the rating. That has no effect on our rating because that stuff doesn't matter. I'm not going to diminish the rating of what the show was for a slip.
Just a miscue, really. Yeah.
A little miscue that didn't change it didn't change anything. And even if it did, if it was supposed to be unseen interference that she made a pinfall victory, or if it was supposed to be a DQ and Raquel accidentally threw Liv on her symbolically, like Corey Graves said, or Michael Cole, I think it was Michael Cole. I don't know if they said that to cover for it, or if everyone's just so quick on the draw, or if they did it on purpose to get people to talk about it.
You never know. You never fucking
You're never
know.
gonna, and you're never gonna know because that's the kind of thing. Because again, that's if it were me, if I was on the writing team, and I'm not saying I am on the writing team. I'm not saying that I'm not confirming or denying whether or not I am officially or unofficially on the WWE writing team. But if I were, that would be exactly the thing that I would do if I was on the WWE writing team. Yeah. I also would have, here's how you know that I may not actually be on the WWE writing team, because if I were on the WWE writing team, I also would have had chicken nuggies fall out of Dom's pockets when he got hit with the kendo stick.
We need to give, in 2K, Dominic Mysterio needs to have chicken nuggies that he can throw at people. That's what we need.
Shout out to Al at 2K and Kaylee at 2K UK.
Yeah, Kaylee, yeah, for sure.
Hear me out. Little dig. If we were on the writing team of WWE 2K, we would say
chicken nuggies to Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, add some chicken nuggies that Dominic Mysterio can use as a weapon to throw him in the eyes like salt from Mr. Fuji.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Oh man.
Speaking of shout-outs, you got any more shout-outs for us right there?
I do. Shout out to Wikipedia. Support Wikipedia. That is where we get the information for our pay-per-views, both the current ones and the bad ones, and the bad ones, the Bad Blood and the past ones. Shout out to WrestleZone.com. That's where I used their recap of Raw to just run down and make some notes. And shout out to WrestleInc.com, because that's the one I use for the NXT results.
Sweet.
Because they're the ones that when I search WWE Raw results, WrestleZone was the first one, and when I searched NXT results, WrestleInc was the first one. So there it is. That's why. I already said shout out to Al at 2K and Kaylee at 2K UK. Start your story. Step into your legacy. Oh, wait, no. Start your legacy. Step into your story.
Yeah, I was about to say the wrong way around.
Oh, yeah. Did we say follow us? Yeah, follow us. Patreon.com/PunksTalkWrestling, where you can sign up and get all our bonus content.
Oh, yeah.
For free if you want. Social media, Instagram at PunksTalkWrestling, Threads at PunksTalkWrestling, Facebook at PunksTalkWrestling, YouTube.com at PunksTalkWrestling, email us at PunksTalkWrestling@gmail.com. We should probably check the Facebook in more. We're really not on Facebook. So you can. It might take a while for us to respond. If you message us on Facebook, also message us on Instagram telling us you messaged us on Facebook so that we'll get it. How about that? The only other thing is next week's episode, what are we doing?
That's a good fucking question. That's a good fucking question.
It might be a listener feedback.
Yeah,
episode.
I'll get onto the stories tomorrow, and I'll put out but yeah, in the coming weeks, we'll definitely do. I think if through October, a Halloween Havoc watch through has to happen.
Absolutely.
We did one last year, and it was the Chamber of Horrors match, and it was fucking terrible.
Yeah, so we will do our annual Halloween Havoc episode review
for sure.
We'll have a review of this year's Crown Jewel in a few weeks after that happens.
Yeah.
Then we'll have, of course, War Games. Survivor Series War Games is coming.
Yeah. Through November we'll be doing. I guess we're going to do an old watch through of a review of a WCW one and an NXT one, and hopefully have a special guest for one of those as well. So
I think we might have a special guest for one of those.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. A champion in his own right.
That's right, yeah. I think we're done, aren't we?
Yeah, yep.
Cool. I'm just going to throw my mic away like this.
All right. Well, I already stopped. I stopped already. No, shit, no, I'm not. No, that was for the outro.
Oh, you might. All right. Yeah.
Oh wait, did you actually? You didn't actually.
No,
stop.
I didn't actually stop. No.
No, I didn't stop either.
I'm a professional.
To work. You got worked.
You worked me. You literally worked me.
You got worked.
All right, now I'm actually really quiet. issue page just released a CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre Hell in a Cell music video.
Oh shit! I'm gonna go check that out.
Yeah, I can check that out as soon as we're done. That sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, dude, they were doing the intro, the recap of Bad Blood.
Yeah,
at the top of Monday Night Raw was phenomenal. Like,
give that
cinematic trailer.
Can someone give that production or that editor or just give them a fucking award? I don't know.
There's going to be. I guarantee you, within the next 3 to 5 years, I think WWE is going to be like up for like an Emmy or something. Whatever. Like, what have you noticed? Did you bonus? They've started adding at the closing of Raw the production credits.
Paul Levesque and whoever else. Dan Angler, I think it is.
Yeah.
I saw that. That's pretty
interesting.
Cool. In the South Park font, by the way.
I don't know why, but
it is. That's genuinely the South Park font.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know who did that. Stop it. Just Helvetica. Just plain Helvetica.
Yeah,
or
never
Arial. Don't use that stupid font. Don't use anything else. Just a regular font. Don't try to be clever with it. All right, yeah, I gotta move it. I forgot we weren't actually like.
Yeah, we're actually done. So let's get this intro out. Yeah.
Yeah.